Hey guys, what's going on? First and foremost, thanks for the follow. Big Sloppy. So this is my show, Game Misconduct. I do things a little bit differently here. Um, excuse me. Teams are done in alphabetical order, so it'll start with Barrie, end with Winnipeg. I don't do it by division. Just that way, it's so much easier to do things alphabetical order, in my opinion. Um, so we got six categories. You could probably see them up here. Super shitters would be classified as an F. You know, worst of the worst, bottom feeders, not going to make it anywhere in, this current season. All the way up to the cup favorites, don't choke. The reason I put that is because of a lot of favorites of uh, people who they think are going to win the cup. They like to choke. They don't win shit and, go on from there. So, we're going to hop into things. First off, 1 second here. Oh. We're going to hop on with the Barrie Colts. So, Barrie is currently sitting in third place in the Eastern Central. Record of 18, 15, and 3, 39 points. They have a negative 6 in a goal differential, and they're 4 and 6 in their last 10. This roster is not too bad. I know a few people on it. Jess Ray 666, Sank 91, Mio 86. Let's see, Gunner 91. Ducky is actually on the TC for the Toronto Marlies. Very good guy, very good goalie. And Lucky, the other goalie. I know both of them. They also have some guys in the training camp that are very good as well. Elvry, Dr. Sauce. Let's see, Vital Days. So I think this team is kind of underperforming right now. They should definitely be a little bit higher, but at the same time, the Eastern Central really isn't that strong of a division right now. 1 point brings them into second, 7 points ties them with first place Sudbury. So currently I have Barrie set up in the meh category. They're not too good, not too bad. They're probably gonna make playoffs, but it's a close race. Next up, we got the Brandon Wheat Kings. So Brandon's fourth in the WHL Eastern East. 18, 12, and 6, 42 points. +1 in the goal differential category, and 5, 3, and 2 in their last 10. To be brutally honest with you, JP Nasty's decent. Go for a sell. He's another decent player. James Hetfield, Sensei drop shot. I think that this is another team that's also underperforming. They should definitely be winning more. Defensively, they should also be playing better as well. I don't understand why they're only a +1 in the goal differential category. It seems like they've had some close wins. They actually ended up beating the Winnipeg Ice this past week 2-1. They've been losing some games close, but then they've also lost games like 4-0 to Saskatoon. So that could also contribute to the really bad goal differential. I would like to see this team go up and maybe hit second in their division, but with Saskatoon and Winnipeg up there, it's going to be rough. It's going to be real rough for the Brandon Wheat Kings. And that's another team that is in our meh category. Next up, we got the Calgary Hitman. 15, 15, and 6 in the Eastern Central. 3 and 7 in the last 10. I don't really see anything on this team that stands out to me. Chess is 8, 2, and 2, with Big Mick. I don't see anything on this team, honestly. Jeremy A60 used to be one of the better defensemen. Used to be an NHL level defenseman. So to see him at 4-6-2 and a -7 is kind of, you know, degrading, I should say. You know, I'm kind of disappointed in Jeremy for that, but it is what it is, and what are you gonna do? So I don't foresee them going far, and so therefore they are one of our first teams that are going in the shitter category. Moving on to the Edmonton Oil Kings. Edmonton is first in the Eastern Central, 21-10-5. They're one of the only teams without 100 goals against them. They're plus 16, 6-3-1 in the last 10. Pistol Pete and Ram, they didn't really have the best season in Medicine Hat last year. I believe they made the playoffs. I'm not too sure. I didn't really check up on them, but they seem to have it done right here. They got a lot of decent, good players like Coach. Jaw was good. Sawyer's actually very good. Nax is one of the better defensemen, 6-5-1. That record's kind of terrible. Nax, I see you're watching. Fix it. Fix it quick. Wiz is also a very good center on her team, 9-2-1 with a plus 19. Beer Nuts actually is one of the best goalies in the entire CHL as well, so that's a good thing. I really think Edmonton is going to stay at the top of the standings. I don't really think anyone's going to catch up to them, nor are they going to take over first place in the Eastern Central. So with that, I believe that they're a contender. So moving on to the Eerie Otters. I'm not a big fan of Eerie, to be brutally honest. Not their players, 15-19-2. Yeah, they gave a decent contract to T-Noose. The dude's 3-8 minus 15. Noose, if you see this, you really need to go into management, dude. You can't keep going into bidding and slip into the CHL and going for a ridiculous contract. You're not going to get on a winning team like that. So if I were you, I would take a contract, a 3.5 AGM contract, just to get you on a good team, because seeing you on shitters season in, season out, it's not fun, dude. So you got people, Horrible Matt, Clam, or Damn, whatever you want to call his name. Just, they're not going anywhere. Detroit Deeks is a decent player, but 2-9-1 minus 27, no. They're not doing it. So they're second in our shitter category. So next up, we got the Everett Silvertips. Oh, excuse me. Everett's currently sitting number 1 in the Western U.S. at 29-7. They're only a +2 in a goal differential, 7-1-2 in their last 10. Everett's got a decent team. I know a few guys on there. Wannabe Cali, Austin Swartz I've played with a few times, Berserker, Demaster, STL Bleeker. These are all guys that I've kind of played with before, but not on a daily basis. So, it's a great team. Maybe they need to upgrade on their defense just a little bit. Most of their D have losing records outside of Country Boy. No. They are actually our second team in the contender category. Next up, Flint Firebirds. So Flint second in their division right now, the Western West, 23-8-5, 51 points. They're another team. They're actually the second best team defensively at only 83 goals against with a plus 44 goal differential. 7-1-2 in their last 10. You know, Flint's a very defensive-minded team. Halo and Kucherov definitely built something very, very good. Big Blunt's a very good goalie, 12-4-2. Freddie Couples is another one in there. I'm actually surprised that he's having a very good season at 10-1-1. Freddie's another defenseman that has gone for a substantial amount in bidding before and ended up on losing teams every season. So, you know, it's good to see a couple of guys that did slip down doing well. Good for them that they actually have protection on him. Dirty Dan as well. Omega Gaines and W. That is our first team in the don't choke category. Once again, it's a category that basically we like to see this team win, but at the same time, you all know how that goes. On to Mr. Swizz World in the Gulf Storm. 26-8-2, currently on an 11-game win streak, and they are the best. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for the follow. They're currently the best team in terms of defense in the entire CHL at 79 goals against, 118 goals for. Swizz World has Epic as a GM, not even good as his captain. Drug Monkey is actually Hey, Nax, thanks for the follow. Drug Monkey actually is a defenseman that switched to goalie. I'm actually very surprised he's doing this well. So, McSwagger's another very good underrated center. Slummy's actually having a better season, 7-2. He's had a lot of seasons where he wasn't cutting it out on teams and bouncing around. That's not saying that he's not a good player, because he is a very good player, but sometimes chemistry just doesn't work out. To be brutally honest with you, I'd like to see Swizz win another cup. You know, he hasn't really done too well since his days with Medicine Hat. I did play with him on a line in Medicine Hat the season after they won the Mem Cup. It's a very good team he built then, and obviously he's carried his winning ways to now. So that's another one for the don't choke category. Next up, we got the Hamilton Bulldog. Sorry, this is an old logo. Couldn't find a new logo with a transparent background. I just don't like the white behind us. So, OHL East, they're sitting 17-17-2 in third place. -8 in a goal differential. You know, I don't know what it is with, if you're not a top team, everybody's just beating the shit out of each other. You know, that's kind of what I'm seeing here is with the middle of the pack teams that are in playoff spots right now. They kind of have a mediocre record sitting at 500, which in my opinion, I don't like the whole setup of the CHL, how they have, X amount of teams that make it in. I think it should stick to 16-16, 32 teams total, and not, what is it, 40 teams that make it. They really should think about lowering that number, so that way the bottom feeder teams don't get a chance. They shouldn't have a chance. That's just my opinion. So Guru Greg took over this team. I don't really. Pogs is a decent defenseman. I know he traded for him for CHL level, but outside of that, Notorious Fat, 5-7. Silky Bandit is all right in net. I don't foresee anything going on with this team, so I'm putting them in the meh category. Coming up next, Kamloop Blazers. So Blazers right now sitting in fourth, 16-16-4. 102 goals for, 117 goals against, 4-5-1 in the last 10. Defensively, his team's shit. To be brutally honest with you, they're shit. I'm actually very disappointed in Mookie and Dingo. I really thought they were going to build something a little better than this. Kieran GW is decent. I know you just followed me yesterday, buddy, so I'm going to give you a shout out, but other than that, this team is terrible. How do you have a guy named McDavid on your team on right D, and he's 3-5-1? Come on. Seifert's definitely underperforming as well. 6-5-1, he only has 10 points. Come on. Like, you're not even in a strong division. So how aren't you putting up numbers? I mean, sure, you beat Portland 8-0, but that doesn't escape every other game you're losing. So it's our second team in the shitter category. Next up, we got probably, arguably, the best team in the entire CHL is the Kelowna Rockets. 27-7-2. Once again, 153 goals for, the best offensive team in C. One of the best defensively at 80 goals against. 8-1-1 in the last 10. You know, not a surprise that Mancy gets his guys again. You know, Mancy, Iraqi, Danky, Drob. These are all guys that play together all the time. You know, Joachim used to be on that Moose Draw team as well. And then I believe he was with Slow Gazelle on another team. Juicy Hodge is a great goalie. Bodemizer was a steal on defense for them. Granted, he's not having the best season, but he's definitely a steal on defense. I had him before when I was an owner. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kelowna win it all. But if there's one team that they're going to go against... Yo, what's up, Cujo? Thanks for the follow. Mancy, oh, shit. Mancy's actually 12-0, 60 points. Not too shabby, dude. Not too shabby. You built yourself another good contender. It's team number 3 in the S tier. Next up, we're going to go with Kingston Frontenacs. Kingston's number 1 in the Eastern East right now, 25-10-1. Another team that's in the top 10 for defense. Goal differential 51, 9-1 in their last 10. Mode's losses are with TCs and other than that, Pierce. Oh yeah, no, I agree. Modemizer's a great defenseman. I'm not gonna knock him at all. You know, he got that was a steal. I'm surprised he made it out of AHL bidding. There was a few guys that I actually told, yo, this is a good defenseman. Drop $750K on him. But, you know, nobody listened, so now he's having a great season and could potentially win himself a Mem Cup. You know? So, other people's losses is, you know, CHL's gain. Alright, so Plymouth Atlantic again, taking over to Kingston Frontenacs. Not a surprise here. They have Temple and net. Chaos Elite. LG McDonald on their team, which we all know McDonald, you know. Recently, he's been stuck in a CHL. Nobody really wants him in the A. That's an opinion. My opinion, McDonald's one of the better left wings down there. He should be doing a lot better than only 28 points in 12 games, but I don't know exactly offhand who he's playing with. He also got Big Mac down there as well, so look for Big Mac to start going on a tear in net as well. So, with that, Kingston is in our contender category. All right. Kitchener Rangers. Another team that's kind of middle of the pack. They're not having a bad season, but they're not having the best season. You know, they're 5 wins over 500. 41 points on the season, plus 32 on a goal differential. 7-2-1 in their last 10. I mean, they're not going to catch up to the Gulf Storm unless there's a monumental meltdown. Spads and Emery, yet again, running another team. They had Hamilton last season, which, honestly, that team was a complete shit show, to be brutally honest. They got one of my buddies, Canadian Hobo, which, Hobo, if you're watching, your record's atrocious. Step it up. Like, dead seriously, step it up, dude. 4-5-2 is unacceptable. I don't understand why they have a guy with protection on him that doesn't have a single game played yet. So, but that's just ridiculous. Looks like Westerhoff and Minnie Wick are their number 1 D pair. Both are 8-3-1. Both have protection on them, so they're not going anywhere. So with that, I would say that this team is playoff bound. Not the best, not the worst. Here we go with the ultimate shit show. Lethbridge. Night Owl. What are you doing? Why are you still playing with Deadpan Dan? I get it, he's a good buddy, but he sucks at the game. He is terrible. You need to move on from this guy. You could have got so many players that are so much better than Deadpan Dan. You need to get back to your winning ways and stop going for friends. It's more like a business. You know, you got Ziggs down there with you. You got Cosmetic Boy. You got Ravage, Mackie. Dude, you have a decent team. Some of your trades, though, have been just... They don't make sense. They make no sense. Actually, I'll send you a message right now. See if you're on. Give me 1 second. I'm actually sending Night Owl a message right now. See if you want to hop in. Give us a little insight on why his team is shit. We actually have a guy that wants to come on. Gritty 16. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can get these guys in here. So we got a guy who wants a shout out. Griggs26 says, London, you need to call him up ASAP. You're making a very huge mistake letting him sit there and rot. How dare you? Anyway, Night Owl's not responding, so I'm not going to keep up the show waiting for him. This team falls in the shitter category. It is what it is. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. Still love you, Night Owl. Thanks for taking over season 37 Laval for me. Next up, London Knights. Here we go with our good old buddy Griggs. Griggs needs a call up. Ehud and Habsy, you guys built a complete shitter. You got Fire Phoenix, Mint Mars, Mizeys, Old Freak Gamer. You guys have a decent squad. What are you doing? Like, why? Why are you in 4th? You should be well ahead. With a team like this, you should be ahead of Erie and Kitchener. There's no excuse for it. You're negative 13 in a goal differential, 1-7-2 in the last 10. Do something. Figure it out. Ridiculous. They're falling under the shitter category. Get offended, I don't care. Next up, we got Medicine Hat. Medicine Hat Sound Tigers. Second, only behind Edmonton Oil Kings in the Eastern Central, 18-15-3. Another team that's doing pretty well in the last 10, 7-3, 39 points. I know a couple of guys on his team. I know Tasty Cakes. I know Koala Bear. Deeks for Life is actually a very good right wing. I'm surprised he slipped down. Cobra Apes, a very good center as well. Plank. It's not a surprise that these guys are doing very good. 1 second. I actually got another message on Discord. Let's see. All right. I had to answer a Discord message. Winnipeg Ice, bro, I'm going in alphabetical order, so you're going to have to wait till last. Winnipeg is the last team on the list. So if you want to stick around, stick around. But if not, drop a follow and come back at the end for the VOD. But in any case, I don't really see anybody taking over second. Medicine Hat's going to stay up there. They just need to get back to their winning ways. Oh, shoot, that's last. Yeah, Winnipeg's the last team in alphabetical order. Yeah, thanks for the follow. So, Medicine Hat's definitely playoff bound. Other than Edmonton, got 4 teams, 39 points, 36 points, 36, 35, but there's no reason that they should fall under second place in their division. There's no reason. Got the Mississauga Steelhead coming up next. So, excuse my French. Mississauga currently sits in second place in the Eastern Central. 19-15-2. Really terrible in the goal differential of -18. So I don't understand how they're actually winning games unless they're getting blown out. The hell is that? What is that? What's that picture? UIB. What's that buck? What is that? Anyway, 4-4-2 in the last 10. Obviously, they're not going to catch up to Sudbury. Another team that they got Deets. You got Deets on your team. How is Deets only 3-5-1? Why? Why? 3-5-1. One of the better goalies out there. Should have got a bid over me. And I'm in the frickin' AHL. You got Ovi Bryant. Roland J. Yo, Roland J, for real, I'm not going to make fun of him because he's probably going to beat me up in an MMA fight or something. So, shout out to Roland J. They just got Horty. This team, like, I don't get it. Albino Dyslexic, Drew 16. Drew 16's decent. 8-3-1, but other than that, Control Delete 6-6. Bro, you got a decent team. Fix it. You're playoff bound, but not by much. All right, moving on. Next, we got Moose Jaw. The Warriors are in tough division. Eastern East it's crazy. You got Saskatoon, Winnipeg, Regina, Brandon, Moose Jaw, and Prince Albert. All 6 teams have a winning record currently. Moose Jaw just -10 in the goal differential, 7-3 in the last 10. So they got some ups and downs. I don't see anything. Dags and Razor Gods, I played with you guys last season, Halifax. Step it up. Like, figure it out. You guys should have learned from Bishop's mistakes what you need to have a winning team and what you need to have a losing team. Right now you're not showing that. You know, so you guys really need to figure it out. Figure it out quick, because you're gonna fall out of a playoff spot and you're gonna be in doghouse like last season. To me, right now, Moose Straw is more of a meh team. They're one of those teams that could make it, they could miss, but if they do make it, they might make some noise. Who knows? All right, next up, Niagara Ice Dogs. Sitting 13, 19, and 4, negative 35. They do have 5-4-1 in the last 10, which is nice, but that doesn't do much when you have a negative 34 goal differential. I don't really know too many people on this roster. EFXG Ghost, I know. Freshmania, McTricky, Oranges. I played this kid in Hut. He's unreal at the thumbs. Definitely don't know if he's a second tag or if he's just that good. But the kid can wheel and deal. Don't understand what he's doing playing defense. Should definitely be playing forward, but good for them for picking him up. Surprised he hasn't egoed them yet. So with that, that's our first team in the Super Shitters. Next up, North Bay Battalion. Second. All right, North Bay, 17, 15, and 4, plus 11 in goal differential, 5-3 and 2 in their last 10. Grumpy, kind of disappointed in you. Free Yager, Fida. Got a decent team, especially defensively. Bedpoo, Barry's 2-3 and 1. He just started playing there not too long ago. Berkey playing G. That doesn't even look right. You got a guy named Burger King on your team. Enough said. Lazar's a halfway decent left wing. Manship and net. That's where he went wrong. Manship is not a goalie. Manship is a right wing. He's a good right wing. He probably would have fell down, and you guys still should have got him. Vatican, halfway decent right D, not having a good season, 3-6 with a -8. I'd like to see you guys get better defensively and get rid of Manship. Honestly, he's not a goalie. Get rid of him. Trade him to whatever team. Get some scraps for the trade deadline. Get something that's actually going to potentially win you some games. So, it's another team to fall under a meh category. Next up, Oshawa Generals. Second in the Eastern East, 21, 13, and 2, 44 points, plus 14 in goal differential, 8 and 2 in the last 10. Team shows a lot of promise up front in the forward category, but defensively, they're just not cutting it out. I don't know too many of these guys. I know Kaniak, if given a AGM spot, he would change his team up and turn it around real quick. And he'd probably be a top contender. But Pasta is actually a decent goalie. I do see a name I know. So I don't know too much about Oshawa. Based off of stats, I'm going to say that this team is a contender. Not too sold on them yet, but we'll see what happens. Ottawa 67s, 14, 20, and 2, 30 points. Minus 19 in goal differential, 4, 5, and 1. 3, 5, and 2 in 1 goal games, so they're getting blown out in majority of their games. Willard the Great, you're not so great. Just let you know that now. There's only one Willard, and he's in the AHL. That's MT Willard, so change your tag. Boyer X97, terrible. Cougars, actually a very good defenseman. 9-2 and 1. Super Mario, he's a has-been. In all honesty, he's not very good anymore. He didn't transition well into this game. Wade's World, another very good goalie. But he's having a rough season, 10 and 13. Could be because of this team. Who knows? But this team falls under a super shitter. Next up, we got the Owen Sound Attack. 14, 20, and 2, 147 goals against, minus 44 in the goal differential. 4 and 6 in the last 10, and sitting in last in the Western Midwest. Honestly, it's crazy how Erie, London, and Owen Sound Attack are right near each other. Erie, 32 points, and having one of the worst goals for in the entire league at 86. And yet, Erie is actually in a playoff spot. Why? Like, that's just, it's brutal. I don't understand the concept of terrible teams getting into the playoffs. So, but anyway, back to the 67 or the Owen Sound Attack. Owen Sound actually got slapped around by the 67s, 13-3. So that's kind of funny. Captain Cobra, GM sitting at 272. Lead Scrub, what's up? Thanks for the follow. Freestyle IX, they just got him. Maybe he can help that team turn around offensively. Kinklater, like, used to be one of the better left wings in the game, sitting at 3-8-1, only 27 points on the season. Kink, you should be demolishing everyone. Everyone you face, no excuses. Yo, thanks for follow. OV8 on defense. My opinion is a better forward. Shouldn't be playing defense. Showtime playing center. He's decent for CHL level. This team's not gonna go anywhere. That's another super shitter. This is the shitter of the actually entire CHL right now. Apparently their management was bashing the players, and the owner was going to end up quitting, and instead they banned the management. So I can't really say it's the players' fault. Yeah, they're the worst in the league in goal differential, minus 59, 1-9 in the last 10, but you can't really blame Barron, because if you're bashing players, they're not going to want to play, 100%. They're going to tell you to piss up a rope. They're going to be like, yo, I'm not going to fucking, play 100% for this guy if he's going to keep calling me names, if he's going to keep bashing me. I know if you do that to me, I'm not going to play 100%. I'm going to play pissed off. Anybody that's playing pissed off ain't going to be 100%. But it's good to see CJ Wagon stepping in to become GM and try and help Barron change things around. I don't foresee them making the playoffs. I don't see them doing much of anything because of that situation, but yeah, I do hope their season gets a little bit better, and maybe they can kind of make a push in the final coming weeks. So right now, I gotta put them as a super shitter, but hopefully they can change it. Next up is the Portland Winterhawks. Pitwinkle, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? How's your new team going, buddy? Please elaborate on your recent trade twice. So anyway, Portland Winterhawks. I don't have the new logo. I know. Hey, Slow Gazelle, what's up, man? Portland Winterhawks, 19, 15, and 2. Plus 10 in the goal differential category, 4 and 6 in the last 10. I know a few guys on here. Fournier, 59. I've heard of Frogman. I know Kovalev. It's a halfway decent team. I'd like to see them upgrade in firepower, though, going forward. 104 goals against in the CHL is not too bad, but 114 goals for is terrible. You're going to need to step that up if you're going to want to compete for a championship. So, wait, what? Need trade. Hold on. Hashtag need trade. Why do you need a trade? And first off, this is a show to talk shit. This isn't a show to hashtag need trade or, you know, put it out there that you want traded or anything. If that's the case, you need to go to your management group. Ace Boy, thanks for the follow. Hashtag need bid. You didn't get a bid? You didn't get randomly assigned? Or just, what'd you do? You sign up late or what? I mean, you technically don't need a bid if you signed up late. Oh, we could talk shit in here? Yeah, you could talk shit. Just keep it within COC. Which, if you don't know what that means, it's code of conduct. Don't do anything dumb. Don't say anything to, you know, jeopardize being banned. Don't say anything like that. You want to call a team shit? By all means, call them shit. But other than that, don't take it any further. Anyway, Portland Winterhawks, I have them as playoff bound. You know, they're a middle of the pack team. Offense and defense is kind of hit or miss with these guys. Next up, we got the Prince Albert Raiders, sitting in 6th in the Eastern East. This whole division is actually, like I said, a kind of a shit show, except for the first two teams, Saskatoon and Winnipeg. Everybody's just pummeling each other, and they all have winning records. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to remove that. Don't mind it. It's for a sponsorship. But in any case of the event, they're negative 33 in the goal differential, 10-4-5 in 1-goal games. So that's telling me NHL PSN guys in the C on Xbox. Good bunch of PSN guys. We'll get to Oshawa. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. You know, they got a good team. It's not a bad team. Hudler, Owen Wilson's nose. Quiz QC. Dahmer's actually a decent left wing for CHL. Sports Freak has been around forever, so he knows everybody. Trade Me is terrible. I don't understand why you guys even have him. Get rid of him. I think it's a middle of the pack team. Maybe they need to upgrade on defense a bit to kind of stop the bleeding and being scored against. But I would say they're a middle of the pack meh team. Next up, Prince George Cougars. So, Cougars are sitting at 3rd place in that Western BC. 16, 15, and 5, 37 points. They're not one of those teams that are going to be, you know, into playoffs just because of how brutal other teams are. Potato Nucci, Booker Wu, Patrick Lane. It's a decent management group. So it's hard to believe that they're not doing better. My dad, 1369, is actually a very good defenseman. So at 5-6-1 for his record, don't let it fool you. He's actually a very, very, very good defenseman. So this team is making him look terrible. Next season, look for him to be in the AHL by far. Moose 98 is a halfway decent center. Once again, it's a middle of the pack team. So they're going to be playoff bound for me. They're not going to make any noise. They're just going to be one of the teams that, you know, makes it to first or second round. They don't, you know, they don't win their conference. They don't win the division. They go to the playoffs by shit luck. Next up, we got the Red Deer Rebels. Red Deer Rebels are 6th in the Eastern Central, 11, 22, and 3. They have 25 points on the season. Believe that's second worst to the Petes. Excuse me. Second lost. Anyway, 148 in the goals against. Shout out Red Deer. Are you actually on that team, Gazelle, or what? No, you're not. I would not be on that team if I were you. That team is terrible. Like, terrible defensively. I don't know a single person outside of I've seen a tribe in the chat here and there, and Robo. Other than that, I don't know a single person on this team. First 3 weeks. Care to elaborate? You want to tell in the chat how that team was? Was it good? Was it a bad experience? Were you the reason why they were losing so many games? Or, I mean, I've had some goalie duos with you before, and good guys, no system in place. I mean, that's a lot of teams in CHL, to be brutally honest with you. No, but what are you gonna do? So that's another team that's fallen under the super shitters. So I just had an above 8. You had an above 8 on their team or on your new team until last week there? I mean, so yeah, then it's definitely them. It's not you. Well, good for them for trading you. You know, putting you on a hopefully better squad. Next up, we got Regina Pats. Regina Pats are third in the Eastern East, 19-13-4, 4-5-1 on the last 10. Regina used to. I just keep popping up. I'm actually getting pissed. Regina used to be a good team back when. What is his name? I know him as Artie. Like, that's his real name. Nasty Off. When Nasty Off had him, when Blizz was there, they were a halfway decent team. They got E-Rock. Caddyshack's a decent defenseman. Nagy's a terrible goalie. That worst mistake for them to pick up Nagy. I don't know. Sad excuse. Has been. Hoots has been. A lot of has-beens on this team. They're not gonna do anything. They're actually pretty good this season. Crooked has solid. Really? I mean, I see them as playoff bound, but I don't see them making a splash. I don't see them, going, say, into a championship round per se. So, returning to one of the shittiest teams, Saginaw Spirit, yet again at the bottom. Yeah, they run a good system. Well, I mean, that's good. That's good. But, only a good system isn't going to beat one of the top teams like, Guelph and Flint. It might beat Kingston, but it's not going to beat the top teams. So, Vatty's got Saginaw. That's why this team is terrible. What are you guys doing with selections of management? Neil used to rip Neil. Waxy Bono. Just another shit show. Like, no, I mean, if they make probably 2 or 3 trades at the deadline, upgrade the defense and get another scorer and some help in the middle, they could definitely be there. But Saginaw, everyone can already see this. Super shitter. So I'm not going to waste too much time on Saginaw. It is what it is. Team was a laughing stock last season, and it's a laughing stock again this season. So, moving on to Sarnia Sting, the Western West, 2014-2. One of the better goals for in the league at 141, 106 goals against, 6-3-1 in their last 10. Dragonite 95 actually messaged me about a week ago asking to come on the show. So whenever he wants to come on the show, man, you're more than welcome. Just shoot me a message, to say, hey, come on the show. Oh, wait, what? Oh, look at you there, dude. 6-9-4 though. It's not a good look for a goalie. Need to step it up. You need to be a leader in the locker room, guy. You're on a decent team now. You better, step it up. Kyle 98's actually a very good center. Kaprizov, them two are on the line together. I've seen them in multiple videos when I was making my top 10s. They're actually very, very good together. I wasn't ready until it's double wins this week. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. I'd like to see him upgrade on defense, though. Pax and Longworth would be my guessing guys to go. They do have Fazurk and Oxiday, but Pax is a stud at 3-5-1. That's a stud. I mean, if he's, how's that a stud? It's a losing record. Oh, he came from Red Deer. All right, I gotta do some, some tuning up on the trades in the CHL. It's hard to keep up with all the trades that go on in AHL and CHL. Mac Daddy, what's up, man? Shitter tier. You got that right, Karen. Got that right. You're in the shitter tier, buddy. Gazelle is formerly a stud. Gazelle fell off. I'll be honest with you. I like me some slow Gazelle, but he fell off. He's not as good as he used to be. So, but good for you guys in Sarnia. I do think you're playoff bound, and now that they got you, I think, it's going to be interesting going forward. So, next up, we got the Saskatoon Blades. Saskatoon is actually first in the Eastern East, 20-11-5. For being 20-11-5, their goal differential is a little under at 24, 6-1-3 in the last 10. Sam Squatch, Lavinka specification. I'm kind of, I don't know, not disgruntled, but I'd say surprised they're not doing better. Like Lavinka and Squatch, they've been in a sea to know, what to do and what not to do. Like, they have a decent roster. McCable, Sexy Sloth, they probably got one of the best center combinations in the sea. Their defense isn't that bad. It's Tomitis, top line Tom's halfway decent for CHL. I'm surprised they're not doing better. Like, it's got to be one of those things where the CHL just beats the shit out of each other. Spads DJ. Is that to be confused with Spads Yo? Or is it another person? Because if it's Spads Yo, fix your team, buddy. Shit. Saskatoon's falling under the contenders category in my book. Okay, Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, 25-10-1. They actually are the best offensive team in the league. 159 goals for, 5-4-1 in their last 10. One in the same? Well, then good. Fix your team, Shitter. Do something about it. If you're offended, I don't care. Dr. Beans, I never heard of the guy, but 10-2 and right there, it's pretty good. I know who Fruit Whoops is, I know who Gumby is. They got a decent team. Scyther, not the best not one of the best right wings, but good enough. Thunder Chunk, a normal defenseman turned goalie. Not a good look, but he's having a decent season at 13-7-1. Sault Ste. Marie's definitely going to compete. They're going to be up there. I don't think they're going to win, but I definitely do see them as a contender. Any questions so far? Okay, moving on. Got questions, I'll answer them as we're going along. Seems basically just like the standings. I mean, it's not per se just like the standing. there's some teams that are gonna fit into that are in playoffs that are in different categories. Like the shitters. Some teams that I have as playoff bound that are better than what their record is, but I mean, this is my first time ever doing a CHL. I'm more used to doing the AHL. I know way more people in the AHL. I know the teams. I know the trades that go on there. So, I'm trying to learn everything in the CHL. I did spend a season and a half down there, I would say. But I didn't really pay too much attention to who everybody was. I knew some of the managers down there. I knew some of the players, but with everything migrating over to the new console, I didn't really do as much diligence as, like compared to Swifty. Swifty knows a shit ton. Like, Swifty is the man when it comes to knowing rosters and who needs what and what needs to be where. But I'll get there. It takes time. So anyway, where were we? Seattle Thunderbirds, 19-2-5, 43 points. The Swerve kids are at it again. They have multiple teams in multiple different leagues. They all play together all the time. So it doesn't surprise me that they have a decent team. It really doesn't. They know so many people. So many. It's not even funny. A couple of their guys actually didn't make it through to CHL bidding. So they would have been a lot better if their buddies had dropped down. So maybe look for gamer tag changes, whenever. Xbox, out of FIFA. Xbox. I don't do PlayStation, buddy. Can't stand PlayStation. Xbox is forever where it's at. Better competition in my book. But anyway. What's up, Kane? Anyway, Seattle is going to be playoff bound. On next, Spokane. So Spokane Chiefs 14-20-2, 4-5-1 in last 10, minus 27 goal differential. Cooks, man, you want to elaborate? Looks nice, good job on it. Yo, thank you, I appreciate it, man. I wanted to have a different look than other people. I don't want to, copy off other people. I just rather, kind of do my own thing and, have it natural. Cooks, you want to elaborate on your team, man? Like why you're, one of the bottom feeders of the league right now? If you're still here. Because you don't have a really bad roster. We got the guys just can't piece it together, just unfortunate. Do you guys just not play club or, not have, like, say, scrims or whatever against each other? I mean, because you got some guys that are halfway decent. I mean, it's I don't see you as a 14-win team, man. I really don't. I see you maybe as a 19-win team, say 19-15. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. Always get people that play together. Chemistry is what wins in this game. But you guys are definitely in the super shitters right now. Hopefully you change it around, but you got half a season left to go to do that. All right, onward to Sudbury. I'm kind of, I mean, that's good. That's the only thing you could do. Put your foot down, man. Tell them, get on their ass, shape up or ship out, dude. That's the only way you can go. Sudbury, I'm reluctant to put, in a playoff bound category. That's where they're actually going to be fitting in. I'm reluctant to put them there just because this whole division of the Eastern Central is just terrible. Like, they're so close between, you know, fourth to second in 2 points. Sudbury should be wiping the floor with them. Like, there's no excuse. Yeah, I ate it. Diesel, Eliash, Cypher. Penn's Canucks. New York, or were you just born there? Or am I just wrong? Nah, you're dead wrong. I'm a Philly guy. It's an accent, I know. For those of you who don't know, there's actually a thing called a Philly accent. Alright? Like, it's hard to explain. It's not New York, but it's not like across the country. You could tell, yeah, you could tell Philly people when you talk to them. Like, we don't say water or water, we say water. Like, water ice. WOODER. It sounds completely just astronomical, but, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yo, Philly cheesesteaks, buddy. Philly cheesesteaks. No bum simp. So, anyway, all right. Sudbury's playoff bound. They're not going to make any noise. They're not going to really do much. It's just another team as a filler. So, we're going to move on to Swift Current Broncos. They're third right now in their division. Negative 30 in the goal differential, 2-7-1 in the last 10. They're only third because the other teams are just terrible. My mom's boyfriend is from New Jersey. I make fun of him for saying it like that all the time. Yo, ask him if he goes to Philly, and if he does, who has the best cheesesteak. So, all right. We'll look at Swift Current right now. I mean, they got Diversa, Jaw Ache, Chubb. They have a halfway decent roster. They're middle of the pack. They're nothing to write home about. They're only in third because the other team are shit. The only reason. In my opinion, they fall under shitter category. So we're gonna move on. Tri-City Americans. 1 second here. Grab my note. All right, 18-18. He lives like 45 minutes away from Philly. Most to VFW halls. Oh, okay, I got you. So, Tri-City is 18-18, literally split down the middle, just like their last 10. 5-5, 9-9 at home, 9-9 away. They're very actually good in 1-goal games, 12-4. So, the games that they're losing, they're getting slapped around. Your team, Ace Boy? All right, elaborate. How's your team, man? Yeah, all right. We'll let the manager elaborate, Elite Scrub. Are you scrub hunting? Kind of looks like it at your 10-2 record. Ace Boy, listen, Ace Boy. I forgot to take it off. It's a sponsorship. So, it's still, the sponsorship is still active. So, I got to keep it up there, you know, for on my stuff for 7 days. So, okay. Oh, an ad. Oh, okay. No scrub hunting? No scrub hunting? What's up with the rest of your team then? Because you got a winning record and the rest of your team is shit. Dark Joe, 0-10-2, 19 points. Yup. Yeah, you guys sub. You don't have to watch ads. I'm gonna be doing shows every week. Every week for the AHL, every week for the CHL. I do top 10s for the AHL. I do top 10s for the CHL. So if you guys don't want to watch ads, you gotta sub. Yeah, that's just how it is, man. You know, can't figure it out, I guess. Well, I mean, it's not just their job to figure it out, it's your job too. You're the manager. You know, you got to figure it out. Well, we playing top lines every Sunday and we only play Sundays. Why are you only playing Sundays and not playing other nights? Do you just have bad availability? Or do you have other lines that can't play a certain day? So you guys have to play Sundays. Yeah, I just saw your message. Yeah, thanks for the sub, scrub. It actually fits together. Yeah, elaborate, Elite. Why don't you guys play other days? Welcome to the game misconduct, guys, where we call out our manager inside of the guys stream chat. Gotta love it. My goal is to have Sea Dogs stay a solid third in the division because Stan News record shows they sucked every season since 9 ended. I mean, yeah, yes and no. Yeah, I kind of got it that availability's messed up. Um, I thought this ad up here, the stream elements, is what you guys were talking about. That thing up there is actually I got a sponsorship for a free mobile game. So I figured if people sign up for it, I'll do a giveaway and whatnot. But anyway, back on to the Tri-City Americans. You guys are a middle of the pack team. You really need to do something to separate yourself from other teams, or you're not gonna, you know. Yeah, I am gonna keep it going. I got you guys in a shitter category. I mean, that's why you keep your guys, your best guys, as protected. You know, that's what you got to do. So anyway, moving on. Vancouver Giants. Another team that just, in my opinion, just shit. 15 and 15 and 6. Somehow they have a +6 and a goal differential. 3-5 and 2 in the last 10. I don't really know anybody on his team. I know Drunk Lone Wolf, Fischetti, Manatee. Actually, I know a few people. TJVK. Looks like they scrub hunt with one line. And the rest of the lines are just fed to the Wolves. Reliable Moose. I mean, like, you guys just stop scrub hunting. You guys got to step it up and play top teams. You know. So if anyone from Vancouver is in here, just know, stop playing scrubs, dude. Play top teams, that way your other lines can go against the bottom feeder teams. You'll do a lot better in the standings instead of last. So it's another one on the shit. Yep, Elite Scrub Hunter. Let's go with that. I don't know the guy, but we'll go with Elite Scrub Hunter just for now. 215 people watching. Yo, that's actually the area code in Philly. 215. All right, Victoria Royals. 24-11 and 1. One of the best teams offensively, one of the best teams defensively. 8 and 2 in the last 10. SMS fan has had multiple teams before. A lot of them have failed. So this is a surprise to me to actually see him with a winning team. You know, he's got a decent team. Sauce my duck. Golden Aces, excuse my French. Golden Aces is actually a very good goalie. Like Cujo, CC me, I'm on now. Y'all are out of control. Moo McDouble, like, you guys with your fast food names are killing me right now. You really are. Casey Killer's a very good left wing for the CHL. Farrah Buzz. You guys look like you got it going on. Very proud of SMS. SMS was one of my managers back in the day when I owned. Very good dude. He just couldn't get it figured out. So, definitely a playoff bound team. I don't think that they're going to go too far. They'll make some noise, though. Good for you. On to the Windsor Spitfire. Another team that's shit. 16, 17, and 3. They're long past the days of Oh So Country. They're way past those days with him and Ryan. That team is never going to be the same ever again. Blasdona. Energizer. Dasuki and Deke. You guys got to get it together. Like, you guys got a decent roster. What are you doing? Excel, Killzone. What's up, Bomber? One of your mistakes, actually, is getting Killzone. Why? Haven't watched most, so I'm curious how PA and North Bay are in mid when they're 27 and 6 and 26 and 7. That's what's the rank is decided. I don't know for where I end up in a tier. I mean 27 and 6. Are you talking about PSN, dude? Because if so, this ain't PSN. Yeah, it's definitely ain't PSN, bro. This is Xbox. I don't do PSN shows. Anyway, Energizer and Blasdona, your team's a shit show. Get it together. Like, you guys have had decent teams before. I got on a stream from the PSN side. Oh, man. No, it's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. You're more than welcome to watch. It's all good. All right. On to one of my favorite teams. Good buddies of mine from last season in Flint. Got the Winnipeg Ice. But North Bay sucks on PSN. I mean, they're all right. They're all right over here. Anyway, Winnipeg Ice, 4 and 6 in the last 10. A lot of good buddies of mine, N.A., Duwinkle, and Shem. They're still really hurt at the fact that they couldn't get Harlan on their team. It is what it is. They ended up getting Corey because he scumbag didn't change his tag. Turtle. Anyway, they got Young Buck and Net. That's clearly a starter. Dev Ruthless, Dev Tricky. Two guys that have played together forever, but in all honesty, they're not very good. Gala Apples on defense. That's actually not a bad contract. Sogard, you keep messaging me, telling me how good you are. You're 7-5-1, dude. You're terrible, honestly. Hockey Dad, another dude that's kind of old. Buck ain't the starter? Then who is the starter? Sogard? Sogard should not be the starter. Who's the starter? Seven, 5-1. Hold on. All right. I mean, all right. I'll give it to you. Yeah, Wade's World. Thanks for the follow. I mean, your stats aren't terrible. I'll give you that, but your record is 7-5-1. Had right D from TC, 3 games and got clapped. All right. I'll take it back. Not. Anyway. I'd like to see Winnipeg upgrade on defense. They're not what they were last season when everybody was on Flint. It's nowhere near the same. Love you guys. NA, figure it out, buddy. You're one of the teams was at 922. You got clapped 7-1 twice. All right, hashtag need a save. No, I mean, it's what it is.
My life is shit.
Anyway, it's what it is. What are you gonna do? You know, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. But anyway, Winnipeg's in the don't joke category. You know, I just honestly, I think Winnipeg is gonna make it to the Final Four, but I'd really like to see either Winnipeg or Guelph win it. Both buddies of mine, you know. I've played with Swizz. I've played with Innate. Very good guys. So, you know. But who knows? I mean, it's going to be one of these four teams that win it all. It's either going to be Flint, Guelph, Kelowna, or actually, I wouldn't mind if Kelowna wins it too. Because Mancy's a good dude and he knows how to put very good teams together. You know, so, I mean, can't really fault him, you know, or say that I don't want him to win, because I wouldn't mind him winning either. So, but that's just me. So, you guys got any questions, comments, anything for me? Anything at all? Anything? Chiefs, we second in points in W and rated so low. Fair enough, though. Who's your team, Bomber? What team? Storm. Victoria, I mean, they're alright, but I don't foresee him making a huge splash. Like, you know? I mean, I just don't see it, you know? So, you know, it is what it is. You know, what are you gonna do? So, anybody else got any questions, comments, concerns? So next week I'm probably gonna do a little more due diligence on the trades and everything. Think Oil Kings should be cut faves. Yes and no. I mean, they're not in one of the better divisions. No, you can't say that, Swizz. I mean, I'm not saying that because of, you know, the whole Innate thing, but you guys and Innate know how to build successful teams. The same thing with Mancy. All three of you know how to build very highly successful teams. So this is just based off of opinion. I've played on all three of your teams before. Well, you know, your team, Innate's team, and Mancy's team before. Yo, Sam Squatch, thanks for the follow. So, you know, it's just matter of opinion, I would say. You know, if I get anyone else to come on the show with me or want to share duties for CHL, I have no problem changing things around. Won the WHL last season, first try. I mean, it happens, man. It's all on who you know. You know, it's not the same season, though. You know, it's a watered down season. So they're not in one of the better divisions in my, you know. That's just a matter of opinion, though. Yeah, it's just me. So. Wizza, thanks for the follow. What's going on? Yeah, I don't mind sitting here. We'll bullshit for a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to give some of the teams a better rating, but judging from what I see, just on paper and what I've seen by watching some of the games, because I don't know if all you guys know, but I watch a majority of these games because I do top 10 highlights for CHL and AHL. So, but, and that trade is for me. I mean, I wouldn't say that on here. I wouldn't say that. Because if they end up trading for you, then it's going to look like player tampering. So I wouldn't go that far. So I would just say, that people need to make trades. End of story. I wouldn't say that they need to trade for you per se, or, I'm already on it. Oh, okay. Never mind then. Never mind. I stand corrected. Edmonton was near the beginning of the show. So. But yeah. I would have been a little bit more prepared for this show this week too, but like I had said, I ended up getting a sponsorship for a mobile game, and I had to kind of concentrate on that too. So, I had a lot of stuff on my plate this week. So next week I'll definitely have a lot more information on the CHL and be able to go more in depth. And I'm hoping to get another guy on here with me, to help out with, all 40 some teams. So, because I know there's going to be a shit ton of trades. A lot of things are going to change. I did have a video of, drastically, dude. Like, I don't understand how, Swifty does it by himself. Like, I got to tip the hat to him because, he does everything by himself, and it's crazy. Like, I really, like I said, I tip my hat to Swifty and the things that he does for his show and everything. And, he's a really good guy and, has some very, very, very good content. So, I don't know if anybody knows, but he also, gave me kind of some pointers on where to start, how to start, and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. But he's still great. He's still a great dude. Like, he didn't have to sit there and, help me out in setting certain things up. Like, certain voice things I didn't know how to set up and everything, like Discord to set it up to where it plays on my stream. I didn't know how to set that up. He helped me with that. Just various things, even if there were little things, he helped me out, and it's appreciated. So, shout out to Swifty for doing that for me. It's much appreciated. Swizz, care to elaborate on how your season's going, buddy? Oh, is he? Oh shit, he is. What's up, buddy? I mean, it is what it is. He doesn't have to identify himself. You don't always have to, show your presence. And in the right direction. Yes, Wiz, it's good to see. I mean, I know you were kind of like, what the fuck for not getting a AHL team, but it's good to see that you're doing good in the C again. Yeah, I will say that. So, all right, boys. I'm gonna start getting ready to head off. Got to do some homework. Got to get the top 10 highlights for the AHL and CHL done. get them out the door by hopefully Saturday morning. You know, that's about it. You guys got any questions, comments, concerns? Don't forget to follow. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. If everything goes well on my sponsorship, I'll be doing a giveaway in a few weeks. A bunch of $25 gift cards. I don't know if I'm going to do them on a separate stream or on a tier list show stream. Everything's going to be completely random. I just want to show a little bit of love for the support that you guys are giving. You guys are making it fun for me, so I appreciate it very much. All right, boys, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna raid one of my buddies. I don't know if you guys like Resident Evil, but give him a shout out, give him a follow if you like him. He's a good guy. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Take care. Thanks for coming.